Now we are ready to practice the second whole movement, which is the definition of the outer mandala and the practice of the free releases. The free releases, as you know in the chair, is exactly the same as you practiced before, but now we add in the descending spring at the same time that we are doing the free releases. So we begin in the definition of 0 point. The definition of 0 point, as you know, is the stanza, then the connection through the 7 centers to find the center of a space, the energy of the hands. Remember that there's a sphere at either hand. The connection to the elbow, wrist and shoulder, connecting to the center of your chest, which also we call the heart, the release of the throat, the centralization of the head, and the crown. So the last movement, we ended in crown. So since we start in 0 point right now, we encircling the spiral, and we come back to foundation, and we complete in crown. So we're encircling the sphere, inflowing wave, foundation, expanding the wave, and we define earth. Inflowing wave, suspended balance, descending, ascending, expanding the wave. And this time, when we define earth, we gather earth, we bring it to foundation, and we release it through the descending spring, encircling the spiral, suspended balance, entering crown, and offering self, arriving to crown. We'll do it again. The sphere of earth, inflowing wave, foundation, raising foundation, descending spring, encircling the wave, suspended balance, entering crown, offering self, arriving crown. This is the third time. Inflowing wave, foundation, raising foundation, descending spring, encircling the spiral, entering crown, offering self, arriving crown. The second definition. Sphere of earth, inflowing wave, foundation. Now we define earth. We'll ride the way to expansion. We'll touch expansion. We descend in 4 counts to crown. Inflowing wave, foundation. Getting to earth, riding the wave, touch expansion, release expansion as we descend in springs, suspended wave, arriving, releasing, offering, heart, expansion. Descending, 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4. We define earth, we define expansion, and we release the expansion. 2, 3, 4. Suspended balance, entering crown, offering heart, arriving to expansion. This is the last time. Arriving to earth, crown, excuse me, inflowing wave, foundation, unfolding wave, earth, riding wave, expansion, releasing expansion through the descending spring, encircling the spiral, entering crown, and now offering the heart all the way to expansion. Beautiful. Now, the third release. Inflowing wave, foundation, defining earth, defining expansion, encircling the heart to go to heaven, extending into infinity, connecting into expansion, arriving to crown, inflowing wave, foundation. Now the release, earth, touching expansion, encircling the heaven, encircling the heart actually, and the release of heaven. 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and now infinity's gate to get us to heaven, and releasing heaven, descending very gently to expansion, arriving to crown, inflowing wave, foundation. We do it again, arriving to earth, defining expansion right here, encircling heart, arriving to heaven, releasing heaven. 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, entering crown, 3 and 4, ascending through center, infinity's gate, infinity, descending to expansion, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. One last time with counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, heaven, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, suspended balance, 2, entering crown, 4, foundation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, infinity, 2, 3, expansion, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wonderful. Now we're going to practice the free releases as it is in the form. Remember that in the free releases we define each connection like earth, expansion, and heaven. Each time we define it first, and the second time when we define it, we release it. When we release it, we add the descending spring, as I said earlier, and then remember that you can practice each connection over and over again until you feel comfortable with it. So we do it here, one of each, as the movement is. Yes? So we start with 0 point again. We begin at 0 point and I'm going to go to a crown to begin the motion. So 7 and 8, we gather the spiral, we arrive to foundation, and we complete in crown. And the motion begins. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, expanded earth. 3, defined earth. 1, 2, 3, and 4, expanding. 2, we arrive to earth, and now we come back to foundation to release earth and foundation. Descending spring, encircling the spiral, suspended balance, entering crown, and now from foundation we offering self to crown. The second movement is sphere of earth, inflowing wave, foundation. We define earth, we ride in the wave, expansion, descending from expansion, arriving to crown, inflowing wave, foundation, defining earth, riding, and in the moment we touch expansion, descending spring, encircling spirals. This is count 2, 3, and 4, offering the heart to expansion. Descending to crown, 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, foundation, unfolding wave, earth riding the wave, expansion, encircling the heart. In heaven, going to infinity. Expansion 4, 2, 3, and 4, inflowing wave, the foundation, unfolding to earth, riding the wave, encircling the heart, heaven, releasing heaven, descending spring, encircling the spiral, suspended wave, entering foundation, releasing heaven, all the way to infinity. This is count 4, expansion, 2, 3, crown, 1, 2, 3, 4, completing the movement, and crown. Now we're going to do the free releases again from the diagonal, so you can see the places in which I'm touching in space. And I would like to give you a little bit of some refinements in it, okay? Remember that when we earth, I would like you to see the definition of earth, how forward it is, a little bit in relation to the hip. This is important because if earth becomes too much back, remember it will push the rib cage forward. So look at just how forward it is, earth. And then when we release foundation, we say raising foundation because we raise foundation and then we descend in the spring. So and here something occurs that is very important. You're raising through the sentence at the same time that you create polarity with your legs. So remember the raising foundation always means the synchronicity of going up from foundation as you bending into descending springs. Yeah? Then when you do the encircling wave, then and you're arriving to suspended balance, I want you to see just how much the sending spring is. It's pretty open here. My elbows are in a diamond, and they're opening the spine to extend through. Remember, in touching balance is a little bit more circular. You see I'm a circle, and here I am a little bit more extended through forward. And the placement of my arms are in a diamond, and the diamond is opening the shoulders, releasing the neck, so I can extend in the spine. So remember that when you, in the free releases, you have a descending spring, which is pretty open. You have the suspended diamond here to release the spine, and it's always in the same place, so to speak. They arrive in the same place. Then from here, from the suspended diamond, entering crown means that you enter from the crown into you, and then from then on, you begin to ascend through foundation. So let me just explain a little bit more that so it doesn't become confusion. When you arrive in suspended wave here, entering crown, allow the centers from above to remain open, and then foundation, because the center remain open, foundation can become the beginning of the movement as you're offering the movement. Either you're offering self, you're offering the heart, or you're offering heaven. Okay, shall we do it now? Yeah? Wonderful. So we start as is. The stance of 0.6, 7, and 8. We gather the wave, 2, 3, and 4, and we complete and crown. And now the definition of earth. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. This is earth. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, 3. Earth will release earth by bringing the energy to foundation, raising foundation, descending spring, the spiral of the arms, suspended balance, entering crown, and now offering self to crown. The second movement. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Offering earth. Expansion. We descend through expansion to crown, inflowing wave, foundation. Unfolding earth, touch expansion, releasing expansion through the spiral of descending spring and the arms. Touching balance, entering crown, offering the heart, arriving to expansion. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Offering earth, arriving to expansion, and circling heaven. Touching infinity. 2, 3 is expansion. 2, 3, crown 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Unfolding to earth, riding the way to expansion, and circling the heart. Now the transversal connection. Releasing heaven into the suspended wave, entering crown, and now as you ascend from foundation, infinity's gate to expansion. 3 and 4 is expansion. 2, 3, this is crown. 2, 3, and 4, and the movement complete itself and crown.